the show. Oh yeah, sounds working.
Echo!
Yeah. You didn't hear the sound earlier. Welcome to the show. I think I probably made things happen. Hope you guys are doing well. You got to see Jeff's beard there in a sack.
Just trying to figure out what you were talking about.
Sack beard. We're going to talk about what that footage means later when we get around to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good.
How are you folks doing?
Rendering.
Yeah.
We'll see if it works. MPEG, don't know if you know, but DaVinci Beta, new beta has H.265 inside a QuickTime wrapper.
But it did not trigger.
It did not trigger yesterday the first way I tried it. Trying again.
Sorry, my laptop's dead.
Well, this way I don't have to, nobody has to see my butt. Did you plug it in? You did plug it in. There it goes.
I got that little doodad down there. That
everybody loves the intro. I missed it.
Well, it had your beard in the sack.
I saw that.
Button just popped open. What are you going for there, just little Jeffrey? Was that that seems off camera? Melissa looks at me like my children do when they're about to steal candy. Opens the mini fridge.
No, I was gonna give it for y'all.
And then makes a face, pointing at beer, like, you know, didn't you guys want one of these beers? One of these? Which one have you not had of those two?
I've never had that.
I know you have. I wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
I haven't had the Catawba.
You've had the Decadent?
I have had the Decadent once.
All right. Well, you can have the Decadent if you want a beer. That's a really good beer.
It is a good beer.
That's a delicious beer.
Well, you can put that one back.
Oh, do you guys not want beer?
Do you want to drink the same one?
I mean, I can. I'll drink that Stone.
Because we have 2 Stones and 2 of the other.
What's the other?
The case that's slowly going
Oh, the
away.
most delicious. Oh, do you want to try the best beer I've ever had?
Sure.
Then have a Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah, you have that one.
I'm sure this is riveting television, folks, or whatever, YouTube. As we
Your
debate
hand's
beers.
almost on
That's
it.
what we do on the show. We're talking about beer.
Not Dr. Pepper. It's a bottle.
It's on the shelf right there. Yeah. That's
Right
the
next
best.
to
That's
your
my
hand.
beer of the year.
And I guess we'll drink Stones.
All right.
How's that?
He only
I guess
brought
I gotta
one.
get
He only brought one.
Melissa failed us for the last time. We shouldn't be drinking Stone. In all honesty, we should be drinking Haint Blue, which is a friend/client relationship buddy, something in which we just made. We just made a video for Haint Blue because the budget on it was non-existent.
We just made a video.
We just made a video for him. He's a very dear friend. He's a brewer local to the area. We've talked about it before slightly, but it's been a while, so I thought I'd bring it back up. And they're eligible for a program in which vets, it's a vet-owned business, vets receive some funding from Sam Adams. It's really cool. And it's not just related to beer. There's lots of other stuff in it. This is not sponsored by that.
Not at all.
But we love Keith, and we love the story, and we love his beer, and we think he's a great guy. And so we would like to ask, as a favor, if you wouldn't mind just giving him a little bit of love and throw a post, or throw a post. Check the link down below, and there's a place where you can throw a vote. We'd love it if you cast a vote for Haint Blue. Do you need some more snacks?
No, I'm good.
I pay him in snacks, by the way. That's my new business model. Find the starvingest editor you can. Oh, I'm sorry, writer.
Quote unquote writer.
Find a starving writer and pay him in snacks. They'll be grateful. Right? And reusable.
Eh.
Yeah. That was one of our distasteful jokes, but I didn't do it. Anyway, if you have time. There you go. Now back to work. You got boring things to edit.
No, it's thrilling.
Tell me that's not a good beer.
It's pretty good.
No, don't tell me that, though, because I would be devastated. I bet my life on that beer. Anyway.
Would you?
If you have a chance, check out the Haint stuff. Click on it and give him a vote if you like. There's other people to vote for as well. We just, you know, Haint's a good guy.
Friends.
And they're friends of the show. They support the show. They're probably going to support Fest. That's our plan. If we get Haint a win, then we have Haint support Fest, which I think would be pretty awesome because they have a delicious IPA. Their Saffron Saison is one of the best beers I've had in a long time. It's very, very, very good. It's called Marianne. It's very tasty. Those of you, maybe Nick, since Nick is here, you might be able to find Haint Blue in Tennessee now. I'm not totally sure. But if you have a chance, try their Saffron Saison. Or if you're in, I know you can get it in Huntsville. So if you drive across the old border up there, heading down south, and then maybe you can pick it up there. All right, so on the show, we're just going to talk about just making things because I think that's kind of a relevant thing.
That's what it is.
Yeah, just craft. But
Hey, maybe we should call the show Making It.
making it?
Yeah. That's Nick Offerman's new show.
Oh, no, I saw it, though. It's okay.
I like it. You know what's weird, though? Is they took Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, this actor and this actress really do well together on screen.
Yeah.
Let's just do any other show.
Yeah.
With it, because it's not even wood. I mean, there is one woodworker.
Could you say that
And
3
I
times
could.
fast,
I
please?
can't say it once. But I mean,
That's really
the rest
bitter
of it.
all of a
It's very crafty.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's a show about arts and crafts.
I know it really is, which is kind of weird. Like I thought it'd be more wood oriented. Whatever.
I've gone back and started rewatching Veronica Mars.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'm actually.
I love that show.
First time in my
Don't
life.
give me the look. You've never watched it, have you?
Nope.
Nope. And you call yourself a writer.
Yep.
You're a marshmallow.
He's a Buffy
What
fan.
does that even mean?
Did you watch Buffy?
You won't know until you watch Veronica Mars.
I guess I'll just be hopelessly.
Do you like narration over your videos? Like when you're watching something, do you like the lead character to talk to you?
Only if it really adds something to.
Did you like Jessica Jones?
It's okay. That works because Jessica Jones was kind of that old school hard-boiled detective story where narration works. Like that's
what Veronica Mars is. It's really worth watching just one season.
Wow.
And you were in high school at the time. Weren't you in high school in 2000 something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's right in your window.
Okay.
Yeah, remember he was an 80s kid.
Check
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah, 86 is not an 80s kid.
I mean, he was born somewhere in the 80s.
He squiggled out of somebody's wee hole in the 80s.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
show,
We crashed
crashes.
down really fast.
Nah, this is for the trolls and the hater potatoes out there that are just.
What today is?
Why do you compare video footage? Why do you watch YouTube? I have no idea. What's going on in the old Chatsky box that we're all clicked to a video?
Do they have a good amber from
They don't.
MPEG? No, they have a very good.
Well, it's been a problem. I
Yeah.
may have told this story. I got
It has
into an
been a
argument
problem.
at the local beer store, stopped going there because they were insulting them, just saying that all their beers are garbage. I'll be honest with you, their brown ale is... No, I'm sorry.
their porter.
Their porter is, to me, at the time I had it last, was closer to a brown ale than it was a porter.
It was an exceptional
So,
brown ale.
It was an amazing brown ale, so you
Just wasn't
almost
porter.
could call it an amber.
Yeah.
It was not very hoppy. It's a really good beer, though.
It is a good beer. I just
So-
don't know if I would classify it as a porter. But
No.
it's been a long time since I tried it too.
Yeah. I don't like calling anybody that works hard that I know. Like, if I don't know you, I'll insult you. If I know you, I'm a chicken
He'll
shit.
insult you a lot.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you know it.
No.
It matters. Okay, I'll take that back. When you know somebody, you don't. When you really get to know somebody, it comes like full circle.
That's full science. That's absolutely fact. There's no doubting the fact that I would do that in a heartbeat. So also on the show, we'll show a little bit of some Zeiss Ultra Primes footage. If you happen to see the 14 hours later video when me and Jeff were, just punch drunk, tired, and maybe a little inebriated, we posted a video
Yeah.
while we were transferring footage. We were both exhausted. So that video came out, and we talked about the Ultra Primes where we could show them to you. They're gone. I would love to own a set. They're $180,000, I think. So we don't have those, obviously. We've rented those. But we'll show you what little bit of footage we can. When we finish these commercials in which we use those lenses, we'll do a full breakdown on the commercial. I think it's pretty relevant. There's a lot to discuss in the grading side. Jeff is going power window crazy. There's a new workflow we discovered. There's all kinds of fun things when we get to that. We just can't show it yet because first off, the client hasn't seen it. And secondly, it hasn't aired. So we can't really show any
both
stuff
ways.
from that. Yeah. And I'd rather you guys see it graded, maybe even our grade versus maybe the agency grade. Nothing wrong with the agency grade, but I think our grade would probably be a little more enlightening. You're looking at it.
I am. Well, that's...
It's up on the screen behind
it's,
us. We just can't show you guys anything. But I will say, if you saw the 14 hours, if you did not, great. We're going to show you some of that stuff. We'll show you an 85 that's shot really lifestyle on the Zhiyun Crane 2 on a GH5S. And there's a long story behind that. But then there's also just a little bit of footage in which Jeff's beard is in a sack. But that's what I can show at the moment. That was with a 32 or 20.
I think it's 32.
I think it's 32.
Going back.
32,
It's 32
6K.
or the 20. But I think it's
at
32.
6K, yeah. We'll let you guys see that. It's just, that's what I can show at the moment, but it's worth looking at.
Yeah.
Those lenses are hands down our personal favorite. I think the two of us agree over the lifestyle lenses that we've played around with.
They're pretty good lenses.
They're
good workhorse lens.
They are. They're my favorite glass that I've shot on. I like them way more than Summicrons, and they're fun. They're fun to look at, and they make pretty pictures. They're just what they are. We're still in the weeds, which is a great thing, which is the point of the Just Make This. We have not had an opportunity to just make things in a very long time.
No, not at all.
Except for an Airwolf video that I'm not allowed to show.
Yeah, I know another one. We made something we can't show.
Yeah, the Airwolf video is golden. We did that live stream. If you heard us talk about it, we used an Osmo. Maybe we did talk about it. That was all in the same week, wasn't it?
I think it was.
I don't know. Have we talked about the live stream from the helicopter? I don't remember.
I honestly can't remember either.
Because I think we missed that. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Well,
we did live stream in the helicopter. No, we couldn't have. Because it was last week. Right?
That wasn't last week, was it?
I don't know.
It wasn't last week. It was the week before. But it was the day after the...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We didn't do live stream last week because we were doing the...
We did the live stream 14 hours later.
Yeah, the 14 hours thing. But I don't think we brought up the Wednesday before that live stream.
Maybe, because remember I threw something and Matt was like, don't break my stuff?
That's true. I don't know.
So anyway, we did
I think it was actually...
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever.
We did live stream from a helicopter. Once they give me clearance, I'll show that footage. That helicopter footage I can show the live stream of. I just don't know about the other pieces. I'd have to get permission. We did live stream from a helicopter. If you go to the Craft Show Facebook page, I posted the link or shared the link. It's a few days back. It was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
But we streamed entirely from a helicopter for as long as we could. It was a pretty cool experience for me. I've never flown in one. But it was kind of fun to like sit there and, you know, shoot footage live. Like there was like a full stream like coming from a cell phone inside of a heli as we flew a patient. It was really cool, very different and very fun. So we have that stuff. So we've been kind of like in the weeds. So we're just kind of digging around and putting that stuff out. I don't know what's going on in the Chasky. Anything relevant?
Not a lot, no.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Normal thing here, eh?
Yeah, pretty much normal stuff.
No one cares.
Yeah, pretty much. Nobody cares about us.
So, in terms of beer... Oh, nut burgers. I gotta load it.
He lost everything.
I did. That's what happens. Yeah, we always crash and burn.
Do you want to come over here?
Someone's about to crash through.
Oh, no, somebody... We might have a special guest coming through the roof today.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
No,
Wouldn't it though? Because that's a concrete floor, so someone's done some
It actually would.
Some for real...
What matters? Are they putting the old conference table back up there?
My luck, we know who.
Yeah.
Because then there's a possibility that could crash there.
No, it's true. Let me set the volume level so that people don't complain about that anymore. We know it goes to around there.
Kelly, are you saying MPEG likes to complain?
It's not MPEG that complains about the volume, it's some other troll.
No, I'm just...
MPEG gives constructive...
I'm just going after MPEG today. I don't know
engineering
why.
officer
I think because I'm so happy that 265's in DaVinci and I just can't figure it out yet.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to give a quick Fest update. We'll talk about it, of course, at the end of the show more. The noise you may hear from the construction upstairs is they've closed the school that was there in honor of Fest. They said, you know what, we love the idea of Fest so much. We're going to kick these kids out that don't, you know, just kicking them out. And we're going to turn it in. So here's what's awesome. There is going to be a 40-seat theater upstairs with 4K laser projection. Found that out. Or that's what they're
That's what they're saying.
So we'll have 4K laser, 40 seats, plus it's a conference center, so we'll have other rooms to kind of set up gear and do other talks. Jeff and I have talked to a variety of people interested. One of those would include our buddy Jeremy, who you've seen in Heirloom, but Jeremy's also a working actor, also a hell of a gaffer. The funny part about Jeremy coming in is one of the things we wanted to do was give those that are interested in directing an opportunity to work with an actor, which I think is good. If you've never worked with a kind of a higher end actor, it's a little bit different. So working with an actor and their thoughts and the whole thing. And then also like those that just want to be DPs or learn about being an AC, we'll set up a scene, stage a scene, kind of put all that stuff together, and we can all work on the scene together, which I think would be pretty fun and telling for everyone to take a turn at it, possibly even lighting it. So it's kind of fun to have an actor in that space. And we have some other ones we can't announce yet because I've got to sort out details, but some of them are pretty amazingly rad, like pretty awesome.
Yeah.
One of them we tried to get.
I had one fall through.
Yeah.
But the thing that I was talking about that I'm going to go do over there,
yeah,
I think I might be able to bring that person over.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
It would be very incredible.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to work that, and he said, not him, Bradley, said that I might be able to make that possible.
That'd be cool. So we're trying to make stuff happen with Fest. It's still a real thing. We're just trying to figure all the details out.
Yes.
So when talking about the beer stuff and just making things, I wanted to show you something that we just made. Like, so we found out Keith's story through an agency friend. They didn't have a budget, but we didn't care. And I'll get to why that's become even more relevant down the road. It's a brewery, so you know me and Jeff are all on board. So what we did is we put together this little video for him to announce this new beer coming out. It's kind of a trend, or was. I think it's kind of phasing away now.
I think it is. It
was a trend of like, you shoot a video and tell the story behind the beer. This one holds a particularly special place in my heart, just because of the idea behind the beer. I think it's pretty awesome. Again, the brewery's vet-owned, but the beer itself has a very beautiful tie to Afghanistan and what they're doing with it. Some of you guys and gals have seen this before, and it's really an inspirational thing to see, you know, Keith push this out there and make it happen. So, without further ado, here's that video for you. It shouldn't blow your ears out. If it does, I'll change the volume as I go, but I'm going to try.
A couple of things at Haint Blue in terms of our mission and what we aim to do, and one is, well, make the best beer in the world. That should be any brewing company's goal. But another one is to be more than just a beer company. We want to be able to give back to this community. We want to be able to promote things that we care about within the community. Essentially, we want to be able to bring Mobile to the world through beer distribution, through our story. But I think there's also an opportunity to bring the world to Mobile. Haint Blue Brewing Company's Saffron Saison ties my past with Haint Blue Brewing Company's future. And what I mean is the saffron, where we source this ingredient in our beer, is actually from Afghanistan. So why Afghanistan? I've spent a considerable amount of time there. I would imagine over 2 years cumulatively. I was with 375 Ranger Battalion, so I've seen Afghanistan from the ground. I'm very familiar. Then I kind of switched gears. We medevac there for an entire year. It was a completely different aspect of the country, both visually and by virtue of my job. And I kind of rounded it out. I went back to winning. I went back to that Ranger soft kind of mentality. And I flew with 160th. My last few deployments there was as a Chinook pilot. So I have all this information, you know, all this knowledge of a place half the world away. And I can't help but think about ways to affect it when I'm back here at home, when I'm making beer, whatever I'm doing. I was fortunate enough to come across 2 other veterans out of Chicago that run a company called Roomy Spice that essentially are giving Afghan saffron farmers access to world markets, right? Otherwise they would be poppy or marijuana growers, and that money would go to the Taliban. Well, we think that's a bad idea. So we're gonna put that saffron in our beer, and we're gonna fight terrorism with beer. And that's how we're tying it all together. What does the Saffron Saison taste like? We just sampled the Saffron Saison today, and I got to tell you that it tastes. You know what? Give me just a second. Hey man, I got a question. Folks want to know how the beer tastes. You mind telling them?
Absolutely. Some Saisons are more on the fruity end, and we aim for it to be more on the savory end. Work well with the saffron. The saffron it doesn't come through until right at the end. It's a perfect finish to the Saison. Came out perfectly.
Nice, man. Much like our other beers, the IPA and the Porter, our Saffron Saison will be at your favorite bars and restaurants throughout Mobile, some across the bay as well. So we ask that you drink this beer. You're supporting us, you're helping us, and in fact, demand it if you can. A portion of our revenue from the sale this Saffron Saison will be donated to the Save a War. It's a war detox program based out of Malibu, California. Thanks again for the support. Honestly, thanks for your feedback, and we hope you're proud of us. We're proud of y'all. Cheers.
There we go. So that's Keith. That's his story. I think it's kind of a cool video because not only do you learn about Keith, You learn about the beer, and they very much follow in the process with that saffron saison. That's it, and it tastes really good. I think there's footage somewhere in like an old video somewhere of my wife. We went to the release party after the video dropped.
Oh yeah.
They had like a big release party at the Haberdasher, and my wife sat there and just pounded them. And they're like 7.5%, and she's kind of a lightweight in terms of she's a very fit and beautiful woman. Stop laughing, you jackasses.
Your wife is a very fit and beautiful woman.
No! No.
Perverts.
She knows this. Me and her have a special bond. We're the same birthday.
It's true. So anyway, so Sarah, my Sarah gets hammered, and Tone Change's wife shows up, who she's never met. That didn't go so well.
That was the first time Tone Change's wife met any of us.
And that was the last time.
I know, exactly.
Because we were belligerent drunks, and it was delightful.
Yeah, we were all pretty good that way. Oh, God, there's Tone Change's wife now.
It's somebody from Los Angeles, California. I was about to show the number, and I realized it
might not be.
Should I answer this phone call live? I think it's probably a sales call.
That's probably a sales call.
Let's take it. Hi, this is Drew. Hi, Pat. Is there any way I could call you back and maybe like... I'll call you back. Is it okay if I call you back 1 o'clock your time? Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Not a sales call.
That was legitimate. That was an actor's agent from California.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's a call that needs.
Yeah, that was an actual legitimate phone call. I probably should have sent that to voicemail.
Whatever.
But you know what? On this show, we make it real, and it's real. So, pretty big, heavy hitter agent, like the head of an agent. Management
I'm kind of
firm.
stoked about that one.
Yeah.
Actually. Maybe.
And she's... The crazy part is sometimes, like, when you call agents and stuff and you deal with that, like, sometimes they're... Especially if you're not in L.A., they're not always the friendliest. Not in a rude way. They get a lot of calls and they just, you know, whatever. But she is hands down, out of all the agents I've dealt with over the years, like, she is just so dadgum nice. It's really kind of scary how sweet that lady is. And tease me about being Southern because I say yes ma'am to anybody. I don't care what your age is. If you call me, I will say yes ma'am because I don't know. I don't base any of my decisions on someone's age. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to have to take that phone call later on.
Yeah, that's fine.
Call around 3 o'clock like I told her I would. Or 1 o'clock her time because she's in Cali.
Exactly.
So the Haint Blue stuff... What we found interesting, where we fell in love with is the more time we spent with Keith, you know, afterwards and in all that space, like the more time we spent with him, the more time, we've said this before, we're not really the world's best documentary filmmakers because Jeff and I end up kind of connecting to our audience, or to our subjects.
Kind of sucks in a way.
It does. And so in the case of Keith, like, you know, Keith's like a brother to me. Like, I respect the hell out of the guy. He's done everything in the world. He's a badass. Like, he's special forces. Like, dude's legit. Doesn't want to talk about his military stuff. We had to really push that out of him. And that's us being marketing and filmmakers. But he didn't want to talk about it. And then all of a sudden, to jump back to that story I was telling earlier, when I'm in this local beer store and someone's trashing him, I got offended. Like, on a level of unprofessionally offended. Like, everyone has a right to their opinion, but this guy was trashed him to a point where, like, I nearly got in fisticuffs. Have you used that word in a while?
I haven't.
Have you ever used that word?
I probably have.
You
I
think
don't
so?
know, though.
I don't really see you saying fisticuffs.
No, I'm not really a fisticuffs person.
No. You're more like, get these hands.
Yeah. Pretty much. Etheridge.
I expect you to use the word fisticuffs, Jeff Etheridge.
You know what?
Who's located at 1752
Poor Main Street.
Marigold Drive, Texas, USA, 31275. If that's someone's address and there happens to be a Jeff Etheridge living there, I am so sorry.
No, I do have to say that...
Wherever Texas, USA is.
Let's get him anyway.
There is a concert that Melissa needs to go to.
Yeah. So Melissa bails on us to go to a Radiohead show. You want to tell all these people about...
That's not where I was going.
You want to come tell all these people about a radio... Come on and gloat about how... Why don't you tell me how amazing it was?
So I went and saw Radiohead in Cincinnati, and it was really good.
The exact quote with the chime of passion in his voice. a saffron and a tickle in his nuts. He told me on the phone, that's the best show. I've seen Radiohead 27 times.
9 times.
29 times. And that is the best possible show I've ever seen from Radiohead. Ladies and gentlemen, the modern millennial, the deadhead of the next generation. I'd like to present Melissa Etheridge, everybody.
I don't care how much you like them. If you get a chance to see this band play live, do it because they're really, really good.
No!
No, that's totally different where I was going.
Oh, okay.
It's hard rock.
Yeah.
Over in Biloxi.
Is it Radiohead?
No, it's Melissa Etheridge.
Oh my God! Can we?
We all have to go.
No, if we take you to a Melissa Etheridge show, like here's the gag: we take Melissa.
Can we Kevin Owens this?
Yes. If we take you to a Melissa Etheridge show and I get you a meet and greet with Melissa Etheridge, will you introduce yourself to her as Melissa?
Absolutely.
Will you change it on your driver's license if she doesn't believe you?
Well, now you're asking me to do stuff, and
That's all legal. It's all legal.
No, I'm just saying I'm too lazy to do that. That sounds like a lot of work.
No, I'll pay the $5.
Okay, fine.
I mean, that's like a day's wage here.
Sure. Yeah, that's
Crash.
plus
That's
snacks.
a day's wage? When did you go up?
Yeah, I don't know. I was being generous.
Thought that should've
That was
been
a
2
slip.
days
I had a
at least.
beer. I slipped up and gave him $5 a day.
I worked an extra hour that day.
You worked an extra.
Oh.
You went to OT.
Yeah.
Got clients emailing us.
Huh?
We have VO for the other spots now.
VO.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Some little.
Oh, I got an email.
Yeah.
Oh.
Email.
I was looking down in the comments. I was like,
it went that way.
a client's watching the show. That's delightful. That'll be the last time.
Yeah.
Well, you should let people know that we're going to be getting into some VR action on Friday.
Oh, we'll tease that. We'll say that. For the
Yeah.
tease.
Now we have to tease it.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. God.
Yeah. So. I've blown. Wait. Maybe we're back. Maybe we're back.
Maybe you're back.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
That was Drew.
It wasn't me. It was the hard drive going to sleep.
I
That's the
know.
problem. We can't do stuff off the hard drive. It goes to sleep and it kills the streams, Ray. Anyway, sorry for the interruption there of our hard drive going to sleep and waking back up. So the concept of just make things is just that. Like, just go out and shoot stuff. And we've talked about it before. And if you watch the 14-hour rant, the 14 hours later rant, we went off on just kind of talking about, like, sometimes it's great to rent a lens because it will inspire you. Even if you can only afford one, it's worth the idea of finding something and limiting yourself to just that and forcing yourself to work within a very confined space. And rent something that's not a Zoom. Get yourself a Prime and take it out of your comfort zone. Get something that you're not used to. And if you don't have insurance, Rich Gunn, I'll post a link before, but if you need insurance, production insurance, you can get it through Rich. It's not that expensive. We've had several people get it, but it would allow you to rent some gear, and the rental houses will love you, and everything will be happy-pappy. So one of the things we rented for this shoot initially was a Zhiyun Crane 2, because we needed to use, we thought we were going to need to use that, and then the client kind of altered the project at the last minute. In a good way, for a better reason.
Weirdly in a great way.
And it made for a much better narrative.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you guys a couple of things here. So first off, there's a Zhiyun Crane 2 piece of footage. Now, we would have done a review, so we can't do a proper review, so you get a half-ass review.
No!
Yeah.
But that's what it is.
We rented it and tried to slightly play with it. And
and then we just never used it. We
Yeah.
had it on set, it just never came out.
got to where we never had to use it.
We
so
didn't
it never
have
came
to.
out, so we never really reviewed it.
We did mount a, I did mount one of the Ultra Primes to it, and that's some footage. You might have seen some of it. I've teased it before, but you can see the footage again here. We're going to show that footage. We also have Jeff's beard in a sack, and we'll look at that. And all of this is shot on two different lenses. The first is a 32mm Zeiss Ultra Prime, and it's shot on a Red Dragon, and that'll have Jeff's beard in a sack. And then the second one is shot on a GH5S close to sunset, or the sun setting, and that's on the Zhiyun Crane 2, whatever the hell that thing is. And the interesting side, and what I can tell you from using that product or that device, was that it balanced really pretty easily. Like I did it sitting on the ground in my like driveway. Got it set up, made it work, went with it. So without further ado, here's some footage.
Was that not fantastic? I know you saw that. Did you not like that? Eh? Look at Jeff. Jeff has shaven his face, boy. I like you, huh, Jeff? What are you?
This is my dad.
There's it. Look, so the beauty of this Lumex camera is it will capture all things. As you have seen, the leaves, they are green. Like in the beauty of it is the capture rate of all the looms that are there. It will capture all things for you. So tell more about this team. I can't talk about this.
About that?
Yes.
This was shot in South Africa. That's where I found my dad. We had gotten reunited after I lost him in a fire.
I have adopted him. Yes.
Yeah, we're a very progressive family.
So when we moved to that neighborhood that you have seen on the video, because the small village where I have come from, we adopt white males and we bring them there to help and to Christianize and to baptize us. So this young man has come to capture video that is there for us, and then we moved to that suburb there. There's fresh water, there's good food, and plenty white women. So I just want to say that to you. And beer, he is a drinker of beer.
I only drink light beer because that's what Mom lets me drink.
Why are you lying? Why I would slap you?
Oh my God. He does that all the time. The neighbors get really uncomfortable about it when he starts shouting at me in Swahili, but I go back at him in Bantu, and that just kind of evens things out.
My son, he's very smart. He has learned plenty languages. Since he come to the village, I send him out. He bring plenty water in a small container, a flask like this here. He brings water here for his father. He kills plenty of wild goats for me. Tell them about that I escapade for you.
Have you ever hunted a tiger with a musket?
There are no tigers there. What kind of nonsense is that?
Huh? Oh, you're right. I was talking about our time in India.
Talk more about this camera.
About this camera that we have right here.
You guys are gonna lose my clients. All right, so
what's up, y'all?
So hi, or welcome back. That's Phil. And tell me your name one time. I just met you. And Andy, Andrew, Adam.
Yep, he got Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew and Phil, very
What's
close
up,
friends. They're hanging out. We couldn't help ourselves. It happened.
Yeah.
There we go. You can see Phil on about every TV show ever made.
September, The Purge. Make sure you check it out.
Yeah.
We've got Better Call Saul Season 4 that's coming out in a few seasons. Also, at the end of this...
few weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks. Excuse me.
Few seasons.
I believe at the end of this month, Ozark Season 2. Make sure you check that out. And then by the end of the year, 2019, Shaft. So it's going to be...
Is that a TV series?
Yeah. No. No, it's film.
You do so many jobs, you don't know anymore. Can we talk about 6 for 1 second?
Sure, ask the questions.
Did you guys, anybody watch 6? If you watch the show 6, Phil was the bad guy that they killed way too early. Yeah, season 1, and destroyed the series, in my opinion. Yeah. Not because you're just in the room. I've said that to people on the street before.
No.
In the show, I play a character named Abid.
Freaking tigers.
I am, with a musket. Who has muskets and speaks Bantu and Swahili?
Our family does.
I'm going to tell you guys, this kid is hilarious. He really is. He was in Ozark Season 2.
No.
No, Stranger Things Season 2, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Stranger Things Season 2, he is actually the child actor who was Matthew McConaughey's son in We Are Marshall. Who knew?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Anyway.
Throwing it back. Throwing it way back.
6 follows the story of some wonderful Navy SEALs who have come to my country, which is Nigeria. I'm in the Northwest region. I have captured a bunch of girls. It kind of follows that story of the girls who were captured in the Northwest region. Northwestern region. Northeastern region, I'm sorry. With the ideology of radical Islam. I'm sorry, I can't talk today.
You're on the spot. I mean, it's live. You're out to the internet right now.
Radical Islamism. Long story short, basically I go around cutting people's hands off and letting people know that if they don't give me the money that I'm supposed to get, you're going to get killed.
There you go.
I grab the white man's hand and just...
It happens. Sorry, Whitey.
Yeah.
Y'all hop up out of your chairs.
Hey, thank you guys. Y'all take care, man. Hey, these dudes are smart, man. They're good people, man.
Here, don't forget your tiger
Yeah,
killer.
I might need that tiger killer.
Yeah, so there you go. That's Phil. Maybe we'll get Phil to show up because he'll do one of those things too when we do Fest. Maybe we'll get Phil to come in. I'm just telling you, like when you work with legitimate actors, Andrew, if he's still here, he's probably about to blow up since he's on Stranger Things 2. Good for you, man. I know the SFX, one of the SFX people came through this office. I'm like a secret Midas touch.
No.
But that's what I do. If you get near me, I make you famous. Like Jeff Etheridge, who clearly successful, makes $5 a day, lives off snacks. We got him in a corner. That's what we do on the show. Yeah, so that footage we did see, there was not shot in South Africa. That'd be amazing, but was shot in my backyard.
And somewhere else. Not quite your backyard.
Yeah, we can't say that again. Another hospital.
You can clearly see where it was shot.
It's a hospital. We can say that.
Say that part.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're probably fired.
But we did have Jeff's beard in a bag, and that's always worth looking at. So, it's 2:40. These guys rolled in. We're going to hang out with them. What are you doing? You're going to grip some lights? Are you just going to give you a little seat?
Good. Give him a seat.
I can squeeze you in, but you're so big, dude. You take up the whole frame.
I would take up the whole thing, man. That's your show, man.
Now this is what we do. You didn't even know I was this good live, did you?
I did not know it.
Are you impressed now? You maybe put me up for some reads?
Always
little collar that's like...
Yeah?
Don't mess with my little collar. This little collar right here.
Yeah, the ones
the little
popped
flip
up and
up.
curled.
That's some stuff straight out of Bridget the Flying Nun shit right there.
No.
Okay. Going all cussing on us.
I can say shit.
Oh.
I just don't drop F-bombs.
Yeah, you do.
Oh no, that was a drunk
Not
episode.
today.
I was completely hammered at that point.
We both did last week.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Maybe I should pull that one down. Anyways, that's what we got. Just remember, go out and make things. That's what we want to talk about, is just making things. And if you're not making things, then you're probably wasting your time. I'll be honest with you. If you're just studying up on the latest tech and just zeroing in on that kind of content, you're missing out on the most beautiful thing of all, which is just to go do something. Because if you're not just going to do something, there's construction overhead. If you're not just going to do something, then you're probably playing Fortnite. I brought it back for you.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, can you do that dance? Can you come stand over here and do that dance?
I don't know how to do that dance.
Oh, you can't do the backpack kid dance?
I have no idea how to do that
I'm
dance.
too white for that dance. I have no skill on it.
Not as white as Andrew, but...
Not many are.
Melissa is.
Melissa might be. He saw Radiohead 29 times.
I was going to say, yes.
Oh my God.
He's seen him 29 times.
You know how you talked about your cop drama?
Cop drama?
His comedy, man. It's so stale and so dry, man.
We need to pop him in popcorn. I have to talk about that project off air. I can't talk about that project. All right, we'll keep the chat ski open, but we're going to kill this because I obviously have to call that agent back in Los Angeles, and then Phil and them dropped in, so we're going to deal with that. If you have any questions, comments, or thoughts, just throw them down below. We'll talk to you. The chat ski will be open. That's going to do it. As always, we don't really sign off on the show very well.
No, we never signed off really well on the show. Just
Yeah, we
sometimes.